Testing. Testing. All right. Oh. There. And then go over here. Like the subtitle in language. We'll go with English on this one. Anyways, welcome people that are watching at the moment. If anybody is watching, what we are basically going to be doing tonight is we're going to be playing Stanley Parable. I'm gonna be real with you. I have never played this game in my life, and I know they can ask me that too. No, I've never played this game. Please adjust the slider to what? So the computer is barely visible. I'm gonna go very, very dark here to make it barely visible. Could not tell you. Think mark. All right. Please enter the current time. 10:11. Might be 10:12 soon. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till it hits 12. It's like literally a few seconds off. 3, 2, 1, and it's 3:12. All right. Oh. Accessibility settings can be assessed from the main. Okay. Yo, that's trippy as hell. You can see the shit through the piece. Okay, let's just go to our settings, make sure everything. So the deal, let's make it 90. Video. Make it full screen. Simplified controls. I don't know. We'll learn about this when we get through the game. Anyways, we're gonna begin the game now.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
That's pretty
and
interesting.
Although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
You're happy doing the same shit every single day for
And then
400
one day, something
years.
very peculiar
9 years
happened.
days.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Interesting.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Whoa, let me fix this real quick. All right. Hopefully this can hear me from here. I don't sound far. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. I gotta do a little magic here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me like uno momento. Uno momento. All right. All right, let's see. I don't know what I'm doing, but apparently I wasn't given a command. Okay, so you can't jump. I like how if you click, it makes a noise. You suck. Take that. I don't care. Get banned? How am I supposed to get banned? Go ahead. Say the N-word. Go ahead. Say it. I didn't think so. You're not gonna say it, are you? Alright. Anyways, I don't know what I'm doing. Nah. Never.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What does that say? I hate Mondays. You know, me too, pal.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That shit's stupid as hell. Number 1, Dad. Interesting. What's this one say? I like work. I just hate my boss. Oh my god. What does that say on the cup? Doesn't even say anything. Yo, it's white as hell outside. Oh. Oh, okay. What does that say? Be my Valentine? No, I'm sorry. I like boys. Oh. Let's say. Who farted? Same thing again. Wasn't I just in this room? I swear I was just in that room.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
I think he's talking about me. You know what? I'm gonna keep clicking everything. Why not? You ain't gonna like this shit, ain't you?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
He entered the door on his left. Is this supposed to be like a mind trick or some shit? Is it supposed to be a mind trick? Because I'm gonna tell you what right now. For insulting me, I'm purposely gonna go the opposite direction now. F this guy.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I never said anything about the employee lounge either, but now that you mentioned one about it, might as well go check it out. Huh. Interesting.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I piss him off with the amount of times I click something?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
First door open on my left? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I want to see what's over here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, that's great. That's it? Nope. What's in here, though? Is there anything over here? Really not. That's a pretty far fall. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Cause death, penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000, penalty for jumping off the cargo.
Look, Stanley, I think, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Wait, what? What? Yo, I didn't say shit. Did I earn the $5,000 fine?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You know, it said jump off and you'll earn 5,000. If I'm correct about that, I might be wrong. I think it's a fine, but you know, we're close enough.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Seriously?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
That's so funny you can get that as an achievement.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
My dad?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
Who's her?
She's been waiting.
Who's she? Is it like my wife or some shit? I don't know. See, I don't like the fact that there's a dark door in that corner, but you know what? Oh,
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I don't want to pick up the phone. You know what? Just sit here and not pick up the phone. What's the worst that can happen? Is it just gonna keep ringing, or am I gonna actually be able to do something here? That's crazy. Okay, I guess we're answering it.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
Well, screw
I'm
you.
trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Perhaps I have different plans.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Are you talking my ear like that?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press Z on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Ow. I just hit my desk. That shit hurt. That shit hurted. Ugh. Do I want to click C? What happens if I don't click it? What's the worst that can happen? Alright.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
No, I think you chose this life for him. That's a terrible life.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh my god, you missed out on the beginning. The beginning, I literally did everything opposite of the game for it telling me what to do. It was pretty funny. Press L to watch TV. Is there like any other button I could press but L? Ow. No. Screw you. I don't want to click anything. Or when I have to.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press G to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
No, I told the game it was 10:27 and it's telling me it's almost 11. Bullshit.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Hold on, I was gonna say, I'm like, why was the yellow, whatever the hell this shit was called, had a trademark on it?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press P to tell your wife you love her. I don't even have a wife, so who am I really telling I love you to?
But there is no answer.
Oh.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press I to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
I don't want to listen to you.
Watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
By looking at myself? Oh.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time you'll see. Maybe this time. and I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Did I die? Was never the end, never the end, never is the end. I don't even know what the hell that said. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh, so
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so what can we do different this time that I didn't do last time? Maybe waiting input. What received? Wait a minute. There's a bunch of different things you can do. Oh, I got on top of it! Yo! Okay.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, for this time we'll listen to him.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Okay.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
Nope.
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's,
Yeah, you don't even know
left.
the directions out of here. Left. Is there a room I can open?
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Oh, it's back
No,
over here.
no, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Oh, homeboy really reading the papers. What the shit?
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left,
Up, left, right, down.
Yep. Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Am I getting abducted? Is there a car here?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
No. Yeah, the narrator's a piece of shit. That's what he is. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I know you said go to the left one at one point, but I'm, now kind of feel like I'm being redirected to go to the one all the way to the far left. Saying, we're gonna go to the left again. We're gonna go to the right. I'm kidding. I want to go in here. Looks interesting. Then we're gonna go left again. I think I'm gonna go left every single time. Straight left every time. Straight left.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Don't you dare.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't want to be
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Now.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Take a sip of my water.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Oh.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Oh. Door's open again. What if I just go back the same way? What if I close the door on me? How about that? Trying to figure out if there's any other keys.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
No, what if I go back the other way? How about that? Still a dead end? It's still a dead end. You little shit. Lied to me. Once again. Oh. I don't necessarily like where we're at.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
Oh, excuse me. Oh my God.
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
No, I don't.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
Don't you dare.
You win! Congratulations!
Go.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Bro, this is stupid. I just hurt the shit out of my hand. Literally. Oh, that hurt. Oh my lord. Let's see. Providing... I can't read them.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Yo.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I like the line. It's bright yellow. Hello there, Mr. Frog. I'm not sorry.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Come on. Whoa. Keep jittering. One. I feel like the computers have something to do with this. There's a yellow line. I like the yellow line.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Not gonna lie.
Well, I'd like to apologize.
I ain't listening to anything
Not
you're
sure
saying,
where
my
I
guy.
was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Please don't. I don't. Begin the game again. Payday 2 reference. That is a Payday 2 reference. That is literally a Payday 2 reference. Holy shit. I didn't even know that. Pretty interesting. I didn't even know that.
Cut the music.
Finally,
Go back
holy
and
shit.
look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I got an idea. Cheat. Departmental accounts, consolidation, monthly ledgers, corporate financial. Fern. Remember the time. It is always. Oh, I just realized the time hasn't changed at all. This is bullshit. Remember the painting? Remember the painting? Focus. Painting. Blue. Ocean. Literally everything about the painting's blue, but you know what? You get my point. The fern vent. A fern is a plant. Do I look like I'm a genius here? If the music starts back up one more time, I swear to God, though, I'm gonna be pissed.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
No, not at all. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, they lied to me. There's a door open here. What's in here? I want to go in here. Wait a minute. That room isn't open on this side, so it doesn't exist. Meaning. Oh, hi.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through,
Super white right now.
I
Oh
can't
my
take
God.
this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Happened already 3 separate times. 35. I don't even remember. Can't even tell you. Bullshit. I crouched my way there. About that.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's
Yeah,
it
F
ever
the
done
line.
for us?
Yeah, F
We're
the line.
intelligent people, right?
No.
Why can't we make up our own story?
'Cause I'm-
Something exciting,
I don't care to.
daring, mysterious. Oh, this all sounds perfectly doable.
I'm
Why
Batman,
don't we
that's the
simply
story.
start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
I want to be Batman. Can you be Superman? Because Superman is lame in my opinion. Respectfully, I don't mess with Superman like that. But give me Batman. I can make a great story out of that. 100% can make a great story out of that.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
This is
Just
not what we
me and
said.
Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
I said I want to
Go
be Batman.
wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Can I be Batman and you play Superman? I don't want to wear the tidy whitey red and blues.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms.
Don't you dare
Just don't
restart.
acknowledge it. We should be fine.
What if I want to acknowledge it? Maybe the yellow line is my friend. Maybe he's my friend. Can I go up there? I want to go up there.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's
cool.
origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Oh, great. You've been playing the confusion ending for 18 minutes and 24 minutes. Hold on. 18 minutes, 29 seconds, 30 seconds, 31 seconds, 32. You get the point. You get the point.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is?
First restart, second
It's
restart,
all
third
one
restart.
giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Oh my
It's
god.
all determined?
It really is.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Don't you
Well,
restart?
what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this?
No.
Is it really? No, it can't be. I
No.
don't want it to be. I don't want the game to
No.
keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it.
Finally.
I won't do it. I won't do it.
I'm so glad you won't do it.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
No, I think it just broke the game.
Whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now.
Yeah,
we'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Yeah, let's get the shit out of me. Oh, hell no. Yo, you lied to me. You said this wasn't a horror game. This seems like a horror game. I don't think it's chopping up.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay,
perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You follow the rules this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's go left this time. We're gonna make it a point.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a
Tips for
wave
not
of
getting
disbelief,
fired.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Who's the whiteboard manager? Weekly target admins. Which was yesterday. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Funny. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of blank, 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 blank. I don't know what that is. Pie chart. Oh, bi-weekly. Oh no, bi-quarterly. Post review. I don't know. I don't care about that. It's hot. Target demographic teenagers. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee, okay, can't even read that. What are your dreams for the future? Nature, talk, radio, less air. Metamorphosis is crazy. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time every day with no exception. Don't get fired. Well, thanks. Thanks for the tips. Let's solve a dispute with a coworker, let it ball up inside of you, take it out positively. You know, I'm not gonna lie, that should be happening a lot at my job. That is crazy. That is absolutely wild in my opinion. That's some real ass shit, I'm not gonna lie. Scared the shit out of me. Oh. This was the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Do I lock myself in here?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
If you would let me talk, I'd be able to explain it to you. Realistically, I just want to be in the closet because I don't care to listen to your ass. Ever.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
If you would ever shut the hell up, I'd be able to tell you. But clearly you won't let me tell you, so you know what?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
I'll just stand
Maybe
here.
when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Why was that put in purple? What are you trying to tell me here?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Damn right I am. I love both of them. Drugs, money, and hookers.
Well,
Love
I've come
that.
to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Damn right
You
I
got
am.
to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
No, I do not like hookers. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'll stay in this closet. I ain't moving. Call me a fruity pebble because I ain't coming out. Think, Mark. Think. But I can't laugh? Does he know I'm alive?
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
Whoa!
A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I don't care anymore. You're an ass. You like blonde or brunette? I think there's. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily consider it that. But yeah, sure. Yeah, good.
I don't even like women like that. Okay, I'm gonna actually move now because I think he's fed up with me now.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Eh. It's over here. I'm not gonna lie. I can't read that, but that looks interesting. Red light.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Is that
He
blood?
might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to
Coffee
Stanley.
nut.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my
Crazy? I was
co-workers
crazy
blinking
once.
mysteriously out of existence in a single
be in a
moment
room.
for
I
no
remember
reason at all.
with
None of
rats.
it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Yo!
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Yo!
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Yo! Whoa!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yeah.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my
Hear
thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd
Exactly what I'm
and
hearing.
wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Shut
How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
It's still someone
Let me
see.
wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
I don't want to push any
I want my
buttons.
apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
I don't even have that.
My life is normal. I am normal.
You're not.
Everything will be fine.
You're not.
I am okay.
You're not okay. I don't even have a wife. I don't have an apartment. I don't have any kids.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Holy shit. Scared the shit. Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the shit? How did we go from guy to girl?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
He's not.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel
She's
better.
not real.
But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Interesting. Except he isn't dead. Exactly. He's not dead. Oh, the phone is ringing. Where's that at?
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Okay. Was that it? Where's the narrator? Just thinking the narrator isn't here anymore.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We're gonna go back over here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait.
Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back.
Wait!
You'd best either get comfortable right here. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thank you. I think I'm very powerful too. Because guess what? You just brought me back to life.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh. I think I messed up.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
It'll take you to the confusion ending again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait.
Oh.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Whoa, what's in here? Executive bathroom. Let's go in here. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money Chris. Can I sit on the toilet? Extreme bathrooms. Time. Shitting on the toilet, bro. I'm done using that bathroom. Does that panda have a gun to its head? The shit? Alright, which way do I go? Left or right? I go this way. I don't really... This is very considerate here. An elevator. Okay. Open that shit up.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 285. 4-5.
Oh, okay.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Idiot.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What an idiot. Didn't think I was gonna hear him, was he now? The big red button here. Oh, loading for once. Doesn't say never is.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I'm gonna meet my violent death. I'm not gonna meet a violent.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I will confront my death. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, death. Whoa.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Hey, this isn't supposed to happen. Guys, we could be friends, right?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What do you mean? Yeah, whoever that lady was, thank her. Stanley Parable?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't want to restart the game again. This ain't going. This is the White House.
When every path you
Whoa.
can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
Office
Do you
layout?
see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This layout. The blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The build section. Interesting. It's a legit ending. Okay. Stanley's computer. Yeah. Corridor. Cabinets. Two. You finish the narrator story, you get a Steam achievement. The Office. Button sounds? Alright, I'm done. Alright, what's over here? The computers. Solitaire? Shit. Based on the work of the Stanley Parable 2013 team. Jesus. I don't see any names in here that I recognize. What's over here? Maintenance room. Oh, there's a lot of rooms here. Fun. Money? Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens and would wage war. Narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone. Interpreted it. Shooters would have been cool. Here. What is a strange number? Narrator emails. The second trailer we sent, we asked the narrator for questions while we never found the person. Those emails. Yeah, I'm bored already with those. The apartment timer? In the previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, it would give you 50 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Oh, so hold on. There's so much more to the game that I'm not realizing. Maintenance layout? So hold on. 1 option, staircase, obey, first choice, disobey, lounge. 2, obey, first choice, disobey, lounge. Staircase, obey, first choice. Wait, what? They're all the same shit. Same shit in each and every one of them. Zending levers were originally a part of the Zending player would. Hold on, there's so many endings apparently that I'm not seeing. Oh. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development. There's like 2 more sequences you can get that the first one released in May 2012 features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the computers that he's repaired. Stanley Parable, an original game at one point? Probably. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume the game. We had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Fortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. See that? Freedom ending? Oh. Countdown desk? One of the desks from an early version.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. how they both wish to be free.
Not yet. Not yet, lady.
In this room. Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you have even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design.
We'll get him right
But of
back
course,
on
you
track.
being you,
Yeah.
you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here.
Not yet, lady. Not killing everything. Okay, I guess it's already said and done. Even though I think I've been up there already. No, I haven't. I take that back. I wasn't over here. Game design mock-up. These are Stanley's offices. Okay, I think I'm ready to cut it all off.
Can you see?
No.
Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
I just said that.
But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Ah. It's like a gamble. I begin the game again, or I just die. Poison.
Don't let time...
Dead. Dead. Yo, go in the hole. Damn.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
No, lady. This is not correct.
Understood. Your order will be canceled immediately. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Yo, she did not just hear me. Wait. Wait.
I could have done some crazy ass shit.
Damn. Is he back? Is he back?
When Stanley came to a set of
Yes.
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. that kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
I don't give
So
a
he
damn. Sorry.
relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I don't know. It's because I'm looking for all the crazy shit right now. That's why. I'm looking for all the crazy shit right now. Echo, turn my lamp on.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Les bulbes.
The lights rose on an enormous
Whoa.
room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I mean, I already know what happens here, but I'm gonna act like I'm stupid. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What was that one up there? There's one that literally has no number on it. It's just scribblish. I think that one might be me. I don't know.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
There's no shot.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes. All the time. All the time. You were very spot on. Narrator, you're
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or
actually from,
content. Walking, eating,
my God,
working.
shut up. I
All
don't
of it
wanna hear
monitored
you.
and
I do
commanded
not
from this
care.
very place.
I do not
And as
care.
the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Are you done talking? Thank you. Jesus, you talk too damn much. Anyways, the mind control status. Actually, a reference to Super Hot, I think. Has the same font. Look to. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I think I'm just talking out of my ass at this point. Okay. Look around. Oh. I'll come back over here for that one. More to it than anything else. There are a bunch of power buttons somewhere. Oh, interesting. Console disabled. Alright, let's just keep looking around. There's more to it.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end... Oh, Stanley, You didn't just activate the controls, did you?
No.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
No.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire
Oh no, I didn't
complex.
listen to him.
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
I'll say
It's
15.
your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
Correct.
More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Blue, where's blue? Where's blue?
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
I don't give a shit where they are.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved?
Oh, that's bullshit.
Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Maybe I just beat you.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Wow. I died. Bullshit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to redo all of that all over again. So that's what's gonna happen.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
Killed
left.
myself. I don't even. Wasn't even. Ah, you should go.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
How about the passageway? Kill surprise. You're an asshole. Shit. Too late? What do you mean too late? Why is it too late? Why is it too late? I don't think that's accurate. Not at all. So mean. Man, be an asshole. I don't want to hear it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
And
Mind
left.
Control Facility.
I don't give a damn.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had to. Nope, still on board with death.
I'll keep doing it. I don't care. Alright, we're about to speedrun this shit again.
The lights rose on an enormous room
Get
packed
it
with
over
television
with,
screens.
get it over with.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I genuinely don't give a shit. Where's the button?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Come on. Oh, they went open.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No, not again. Button.
No. He refused to believe it.
What do you
He
mean,
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
All right.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Dismantle the controls once and for all. How the hell am I? But just. Oh. What did I do?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Yeah!
Stanley stepped through the open door.
I'll beat it. I freed him. I freed.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
And you know what? I'm glad he's happy. Beat the game. What I'm talking about, baby.
Thought we went through this. We did beat the game. Why are we here?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Oh. Okay. This is why it resets you, Amel. You can leave the game whenever you want. I see.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Oh, interesting.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Interesting.
Is it broken?
Wait.
What's going on here?
I didn't get this.
Should we be moving somewhere or...
bad.
There we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like you didn't get this as in you didn't play this or you didn't...
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
Oh. A jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump! Oh, you can only jump in the circle. Let's lay this out. Oh, what? This is lame. A button. No button. That's lame as shit.
Is Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
F you. I didn't agree to this. If you look at it, it's a real achievement. Test achievement, please ignore. Replace this? How do you replace that? Set all setting sliders in the menu to all available numbers. Speedrun, complete the Stanley Parable in 4 minutes. 22 seconds, not including load time. Super go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable. Commitment. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. That's funny as shit. You have to wait till Tuesday to play. That's funny. Okay. We're gonna get one of these achievements because I know damn well. I know damn. Oh. We're gonna get this achievement. Let's just. There. Oh my. Holy shit. They lied to me. They lied to me. Put it in small. I don't need radical. First person shoot, second person shooter, plasma rifle. Joe's favorite play of the game is funny as shit. Windows. Dot. Show translation. Show content warnings. Enables content warning on an option to skip react. Deal with suicide trauma. Auto walk enables additional walk input for one-handed walking. Oh. That's funny as shit. Hold on. It's so funny. I like the mouse one. This is so funny. Alright, no. In reality, we don't need that one. When you play the game is the shit. No subtitles is crazy. What do you mean no subtitles? I have subtitles on, look.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Nah, you trying to lead me to your little sex dungeon. I don't want to be there. Goodbye.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, okay. Fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
You know what? You shut the hell up. You know what? Shut up.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork. Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Whoa. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched?
No.
Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something.
It really did.
Oh, the waste.
Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. Is it actually a book or is it a game? The shit. According to the Stanley Parable, it's actually The Last of Us. Our first kiss, my first car, the release of Stanley Parable in 2013. The original remake. Damn, bro. Mozilla Firefox start page. That is old. Yeah, to think that 2013 was that far, that long ago was crazy. It got released on disc. Oh, that's a soundtrack. Oh, dollar bill. A big old TV. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Damn. So, do you actually get that achievement for not playing the game for 5 years? It's pretty funny. Loving memory. Little Stanley. Oh, it's just a little hamster. This is wild. You look at the chair. You can sit out there and look into the distance. Piano right there.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's
Persona
nothing.
3 and Skyrim is crazy.
It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
An hour of new elevator content is crazy. Now, we could go up or we could go down. I did say... There's an achievement for clicking on the door for a certain amount of times. Now we're determined to do it. Alright, done clicking. Oh, is that supposed to be like my wife or some shit? I think you would have gotten it by now, or you already did. No, I didn't get it yet. Dude, on MacBook is crazy. Wow, they gave you... Wow. Damn, 2013, time to be alive. Am I right, guys?
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable
Ooh,
is both a
GameSpot?
richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Interesting. The Serious Room, 2013.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the
no.
online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
That's pretty funny.
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Steam review. Ooh. Ooh.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write...
Okay. After reading that, I need to now go Steam. I want to see if I can find the reviews. Like, let me see. Because now I'm questioning if you can shit on the store page. I'm just gonna read this out loud. Stanley Parable. This is a thumbs down review as well. Stanley Parable is one of the joke is on the player. Nothing interesting here. Those who have a lot of nice content in the first game hidden in the things that have not. This puzzle mini game. You are a good observer. Crazy. There is a part in the game. Well, not spoiler, but this part is. All right. Anyways, what's the point? Oh, the Ultra Deluxe. Oh god, everything that was on the player who paid for new content and received thing. Apparently, they refunded the game as well. Can't. So they refunded the product because of this, and somebody else left it saying, like a negative review saying, "Fuck it." Are there thumbs down? Negative only. Where's the negative one? That's crazy. Wild. Steam reviews are wild. No, they really are.
Up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Bro, this is like giving me like Half-Life and Portal 2 like review. Not reviews, but like Portal 2 and Half-Life like themes.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
No.
Oh, goodness. This is actually
No.
quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Oh, don't talk about yourself like that, man. You know damn well you made a good game.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot.
I didn't give him time.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
You said press the button.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
Oh.
Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about...
I didn't kill him. I mean, I didn't do anything. He gave me the skip button. I wanted to keep playing with it. Alright, time to skip again.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us.
Hello? Is there anybody? me to...
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
I didn't do shit to him.
End is
It'll be okay. This shit leaking through. I just realized that. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yo. I'll keep clicking it. Oh. Where'd all of life go? Yeah, you said this wasn't a horror game, but I'm starting to consider that this might be. Do you still work? Duke of Iraqis. Wait, Duke of Iraqis. Anyway. Alright, well, time to start walking. Start walking where the sun leads me. What the shit?
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
New content? That's funny as shit.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Is it a little skip button? Because I'll gladly click it. I gladly will click this skip button. Skippity skip 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 button.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
The Stanley Parable 2, that's the second game now?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
It ain't working. It didn't work. The end is never the end again. 427. Ooh. Dude, he really emphasized on the letter wow, the number 2.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there.
There's a
It's
Windows
future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Color red leverage holistic value. Huh. Well, it's been 2 hours. Yeah, it has been. Beat the game, and now here I am playing it again for like the god.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Jafar and Dark Souls 2 is a really Doom 2 is a really good one. Divinity Original Sin 2, Baldur's Gate right there. Have Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, Half-Life 2 and Portal 2. That's pretty funny. What are these sequels are good? Yeah. New features. Oh, I'm getting VIP like entrance here, buddy.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Exclusive to the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Yo, hold on, where? I want to see that.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name. Sorry, I should have clarified.
My name.
Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
No.
Do you feel it deeply?
No.
Are you really, truly Jim right now?
No.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Ain't pressing shit, buddy. That ain't my name.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time.
Really
If
doesn't.
this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the gym button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim.
Jim.
I'm putting the gym button away.
Jim.
Otherwise, soon you'll start to
Jim.
lose all sense
Jim.
of who you
Jim.
actually
Jim.
are.
Jim.
Damn. I was about to go ham with that shit. I'll go crazy with that.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, I don't really care. Collectibles. 3 new plus easy achievement. Achievement. Your achievement, get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your achievement. No more steps, it just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yeah. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still
that's
fully
bullshit.
broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley,
I
but I
don't give a
guarantee
shit.
it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you,
No, you
and I
don't.
promise it will happen.
Yo, you pissed me off with that shit.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
No screenshots?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
My bad. Neither. Oh. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece. Oh yeah, that one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Oh.
Get Well Someday it is.
Not what I chose. How dare you?
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
So, I don't really think this is the second, part 2.
Stanley,
of this game.
here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down
Infinite hole.
forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Oh, press G to return to the surface.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it Infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective,
Oh,
the
I think I hit
infinite
the end.
is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so
Yeah,
clever.
you're a liar.
Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as
Just
deep
the
as
two
anyone would
of us.
actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the whole mostly infinite? If that works
I
for
don't know the
you,
rest of that.
then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
Damn right I do.
Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of
I
time.
like my
Don't need to
holes.
see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the
I
hole.
love my holes.
If this starts to become a thing where...
I like my
Wow.
holes.
Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
No.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, how is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else.
Yay.
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Thank God. Your ass is finally gone. Now I can enjoy my piece of this hole. Going. messed up. He ain't that ugly.
My head's stronger. You're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's stronger. Now you're no longer.
Change yourself.
Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Pretty funny. The crows are pretty funny. Oh.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh, it's merch. I gotta get to a part in the game where it's safe to save.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Go back to my bucket. Alright, we're gonna do the collection and that's it.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Oh. Is that legitimately an actual thing?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
So, I just want to make sure. The infinite hole was already done. I need to go back. Okay, it was already done. He's not letting me go back in there because he knows I have an obsession with holes. About holes.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Interesting.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
This shit looks like ass.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Yeah,
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Second game unlocked. I'll go to the desktop. Go to the desktop. Test something out. I want to see if that actually fixes it. Hang on, hang on. Can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock before you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave this clock set at 12 o'clock, call it a day. You're actually taking the time to set the clock. I appreciate it. How I know you care about this experience. You're paying attention. Don't even have knowing if the tell you what, I'll make you a cooperative. Next time you boot up the game, see this screen. Set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. If it's not, let you get back to the video game now. That's so funny. Yo! There's a second game! Yo! Yo. Just for shits and giggles, I want to go back and try to get that time because it said if you set up the time, this is it. I'm gonna do that. My favorite time. What's my favorite time of the day? My favorite. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, dead center. 3 p.m. Your favorite time of the day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? For all I know, you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 3 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 3 p.m.? Wait, what? There's 2 sequences. Hold on. That back room. Go back. What basement elevator? No, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. Wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I could invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, should be ready the next time you boot up the game. Okay, I want to try that slider one more time and then I'll call it quits for the day. There's 2 sequences you can get. That spot you jumped off. Platform started moving. Jumped off after the. Wait. Are you talking about where the crane was at? The yellow crane? You're talking about like the platform that was like yellow and it just like it only appeared. Like at the beginning of the game? Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely. So the dog and the cat are friends? Oh, just silly stuff, okay. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. The 9. I'm gonna go on a limb with that one. Until you stop adjusting the slider. I'm not gonna listen to you now. Which of the 2 made-up words below is the most appealing to you? I'm gonna leave it in the middle because I genuinely, please don't adjust the slider. You know what time it is right now. Yes. Is the time that it is... What? Is the time that it is right now the correct time? No. What is time anyways? Yes. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. No. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. Okay. I guess that was the end of that. If this would focus on me, it'd be great right now. It's not gonna focus. Focusing. There we go. There we go. It's not focusing. It's focusing. Alright. We have been streaming for about 2.5 hours now. Thank you for the people that were watching. Thank you everybody that stayed tuned in. Who was watching me play from the start to now. Clearly the game is the beginning of the DLC, essentially, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But we upgraded. We upgraded from Stanley Parable 1 to Stanley Parable 2. You know what? Shout out to my lovely girlfriend that introduced me to this game, because I'll tell you what, right now, I was dead ass never gonna try this out. So, thanks to her. Shout out to her. But stay tuned for next time, because we're definitely gonna continue next time when we off here. So, I will catch y'all people in the next one. Peace.